the name of this software. I don't know what happened here.
Oh, no, nothing happened. It's just that I asked for help, so someone joined here. Oh, I think he clicked in uh, something. Yeah, someone joined to help me to put us live on YouTube because I was not able to. But let's see if Pedro can rejoin us. Uh, so, well, in my case, I never. Oh, there he goes.
Yes, I am back.
Yeah, someone joined to help me to put us live on YouTube. So we are live on
Ah,
YouTube
okay,
now. So that's what
nice.
happened. But go ahead.
I think I lost the questions in the chat. If you can send it again, thanks. So I never have a tablet. So in my case, I prefer laptop. But I watched some videos about the new iPad, and I think it's very nice. The new technology, the new chip they implement in the iPad, the M3, and I was impressed. If I have the budget, I buy, of course, to do draws and what series. They have some applications in the system of iOS. It's so good. Principal in my case, the Adobe softwares in iOS, it's other thing. The
Very
fluidity
expensive
is
too.
etc.
No, just kidding. I said it's very expensive too.
Yes,
Mm.
pros and cons.
Yeah. So I think in my case, as you, Pedro, I never had a tablet before. So yeah, I'm gonna say laptop because um, I don't know how is it like to have a tablet. So yeah. But I also saw the iPad once, and I was interested just because the screen was bigger, so I wanted something to read books, and I think that would be a better choice than my cell phone, but I didn't buy it because it's too expensive. I could have bought like the Kindle. I think it's Kindle the name, right? The one that you can use to just read books. So I could have
Yes,
bought that one.
Kindle.
And yeah, number five, let's see. What new technology are you most excited about? I'm gonna be honest, I am excited about AI, especially the conversation ones. Um, if I'm not wrong, OpenAI released a video recently about the ChatGPT 4.0, I think is the new version. And they were talking to the AI, and the AI was answering like a human. So that was incredible. And I think this will change everything one day. But yeah, how about you, Thiago?
To me, I'm like so much of the mixed reality. I'm thinking it's the most interesting technology because it's very good for medicine, for engineering and to test new products. It's very it's very important because you can use something, but this thing it's not real. You do not need build a physical thing to test. I think it's very important.
And you, Pedro?
I am so enthusiastic about the AI technology too. I saw some applications of mixed reality too. The principal mixed reality I have the content is Pokemon Go. It's like when the game started, I remember I was in the high school and everyone is the cell phone try to capture the Pokemons, and I think, whoa, it's a good, but has other other application to mixed reality. But the AI technology in my context is so good. I tried the Chat GPT for all, and the conversation is very very good. I make a chat to application to develop my English skills in conversation, and when I talked something like don't eat like not equal like a native speaker, he uh, I don't remember how to say corrigir, but he did it with me some making some appointments, and it's so impressive. I use it to mid journey to generate images, and the quality was every e- every day is got better and better. I don't know. I watched the movie Her in this weekend, and I think, oh my gosh, maybe we got the same level like that, and I so scary about that.
What's the name? I'm gonna write it down.
Her,
Her? Like
HER.
H-E-R?
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay, I'm gonna watch it later. One
The
interesting
the
series
the
that
voice the voice of the the movie, the Scarlett Johansson English.
no, I will watch it, definitely. One interesting series that I watched recently about technology was Black Mirror. Have you guys watched it before? That's that's really good as well.
I have fear of AI because it's very easy have that dependence of AI. I'm using GPT one time for build a test. Now I'm using for all. It's a very danger because you lost you creative. I think it's very dangerous.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. But you know what? Sometimes ChatGPT give us like a lot of bullshit. Like it doesn't make sense at all. Especially for us, like people that work with technology. In my case, sometimes I ask, "Oh, can you help me to write this unit test?" And it gives me like a lot of nonsense. I don't know. And yeah, I mean, as long as you know how to do it, I think it's okay to use it because then you're gonna find what is missing and then just improve your own knowledge. It will just give you a small jump, but of course it will improve a lot, and we don't know about the future. So, well, let's see. Oh, by the way, in my master's, the professor he let the students use ChatGPT because he knows that ChatGPT is gonna answer most of the questions wrong. I used it once and I almost failed the course. So let's see, where are we? Number 6, right? Who wants to start with this one?
I can go. How was technology changed the way you communicate with others? I remember when Skype and MSN started. I remember it's so nice. I'm not the age of the Yahoo and like some wall conversations, but in MSN I like too much because we can we could ask with another people in other countries. I remember I have uh, some friends like who live in another city, and MSN helps that. But nowadays, WhatsApp I think is revolutionary because it's a simple application, and like my grandmother has a WhatsApp, and she knows how to use it, and it's so impressive. Like when I went to talk to her to see her face, I just make a call in the WhatsApp, and it's so easy. I think it's the most important for Brazilian, especially. I don't know how UX use the WhatsApp, but I read some article recent, and I think the 95% of the people in Brazilian person, use WhatsApp, and it's a amazing case.
Yeah, that's true. I read something recently as well that says the Brazilians use, I think we use WhatsApp m much more than Americans. I don't know why, but we do. But yeah, how about you, Thiago?
It's because in the USA, the message of Apple it's free. So it's not necessary internet to use. So many people using message. In my case, I think that the technology to communicate it was very important because in the past I used as the letters. It took a long time to send to receive. So was terrible because in some case was necessary 1 month or 2 months to receive the answer. So today it's very easy to talk with people in the another countries, in space, in the sea. It's very easy. But I think the conversation it's most shallow to because it's very simple. In the past, and the conversation was most completely.
Yeah, I agree. I agree that some conversations nowadays are more shallow. Like people are not very interested in getting a deep conversation about something. They just want to have a quick topic and not talk too much about it. So, hmm, cons, right? But yeah, I agree with both of you. Like communication changed a lot. Like without technology, I don't know how it would be. Wasn't alive, so. But think about it. Nowadays, you can talk to anyone. I mean, almost anyone. But you can send a message to this Itaú CEO, for example. I don't know if he's gonna answer, but you can, right? And in my case, all my process to study abroad was through internet. So, a lot of communication, and I have no idea how people used to do things like that in the past. Like, how would you, uh, move to another country in the 80s, for example? I mean, I have no idea. In the 80s, we had internet, but it was not as it is today. So, number 7, Thiago, can you start with this one?
Number 7, do you think technology has made life easier or more complicated? Why? It's a complicated question because having good points and bad points. The good point, I think it's the facility to access all in the world, like books, moves, country, no, culture, or foods, uh, because it's very easy. They in AliExpress or eBay, it's very easy have access in things of the another countries. Communication, it's most easy, but the bad points, it's the dependence of technology. I'm think my sono, it's not the most, because I'm using screens for many times during my day. So that depends, have good points and bad points.
Yeah, good points. Good points. What's your opinion, Pedro?
It's a difficult difficult question to answer because, like Tiago says, it has some pros and cons. Like the pros, we talked earlier, like they facilitate the communication, like to access the information, like cultural, like you said to like to make it abroad to another country, facilitates too much. But I think one case I think the digital and the technology facilitates. I remember I opened my first bank account in a bank, a real bank, like not a digital bank. And I remember I stayed like 3 hours on a cross to wait some management to attend me. And like when I opened my first digital account on Inter, like just 10 minutes, I think less than that. And my account is open, have a limit of credit card, and I remember, and I think, oh my god, how how it changes the things. But I think like the other points, the negative points, like when you talk another person, you don't have some to understand, like you don't know how I am dressed taller than that, and how scenario is, how is my real expressions. And I think we have much we are much alone with just the screen. Like I work the on homework uh, past years, and I remember some moments in my day I feel alone, and the enterprise don't have some moments to integrate the other people. And I think we most alone, but we have some applications to improve that, like Slack, like Discord. And I think when we use the technology by our benefits, it's better, but had some deep points in technology who can make bad for everyone.
Yes, I agree with both of you. Like, this is a very difficult question to answer. Like, it definitely made life more complicated, but also easier, you know? Especially when it comes to jobs. Like, in the past, banks, if I'm not wrong, I might be wrong, but in the past, if I'm not wrong, banks used to use like a bunch of books and write every transaction. Everything you wanted to do with your money, they would write. So they had like endless piles of paper, you know? And imagine if you were the person writing them and having to find something later. So that's just crazy, you know? And of course, everything changed. Like internet made much of the things global. Like nowadays, if I want to buy a pair of shoes, I would go to, Nike or any other store that I want to, and I would, see a catalog of hundreds of shoes and I can just buy one. When I was a kid, I had to walk with my mom through the whole city, finding one shoe that I would like that I liked, and then, it was way more complicated to buy something simple like a pair of shoes. So, yeah, some things um, became way more complicated, but also easier, in my opinion. So, what is one piece of technology you can't live without? I don't know. That's okay. So if I'm gonna be just a generalist here, I'm gonna say internet, right? Because we can have like the smartphones and all that, but without internet, nothing would make sense. So yeah, internet's a good one. And I was surprised when I learned that internet is just a bunch of cables under the ocean. Man, I would never imagined. But anyway, how about you, Chuck?
Yeah, I'm thinking until today, the internet is the most important digital thing because without the internet, the world not work. But to me, I'm thinking it's the music player because I don't work without music. So I'm work without internet, my cell phone, but music no. And I don't have a disc of music like vinyl or CD, only digital music. So this is the most important to me. And you, Pedro?
I think internet is more essential. But when you talk about the ocean, the cables, I think about the how evolution like that, like Starlink, the Elon Musk creation, and I don't know how can be in the future like the internet. The things was improved day by day, and yes, but I like too much to listen music. I don't have any CD in my house too. Uh, I just have Spotify and some license of music, but it's so funny when we talk about the when you try to listen to music in the past, you have the vinyl, you have the I don't remember how to say agulha, but you have to put in the exactly side to the vinyl plays, and we evolved too much about this perspective.
My mom had one, so I know how to do it. But yeah, as you said, man, I was so surprised when I learned that, internet was just a bunch of cables under the ocean and I learned that in a curious way. Uh, I learned like I was researching and I read somewhere that sharks were biting the internet cables, So I was like, what? How did that happen, And I started to Google about it, and I saw that it really happens. And Google spends a lot of money repairing cables because sharks bites them. And for me, it was very shocking. I didn't know about it. But yeah, anyway, let's see. Can you read that next one, Thiago?
It's the number 9.
Look, Pedro is looking at it right now. I know you are.
Yes, I saved a video to watch it later.
It's the number 9.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Have you ever experienced any problems with technology? Can you share an example? Yeah, I'm thinking all days, like bugs in the apps. It's terrible. Like in banks app in apps banks, it's terrible. Or like WhatsApp now, it's it's a chaos because the communication uh, was terrible. I'm think on my cell phone have some apps with many bugs like Instagram or Gmail. It's terrible to me because the big techs have many process to test these bugs, but the big bugs, como pode dizer, inaceitável. Like problems have happiness sometimes, but all days, no, it's impossible.
I bad experience I had that I remember uh, was related by the bankings too. I saved some money in the part of investment in the Inter, and have one day all my investment like I don't know how going, and that spends one day like that, and I, oh my gosh, I estimate the support, but they come back, thanks God. But I remember when I saw that, I saw and I thinking, oh my gosh, what is happening? Because, but I think like YouTube work like IT, and it's so easy to broke some code, and that's happening. But I think the big techs have so much more responsible about these things, and the bugs have to be fixed like the most faster than possible.
Yes, you're right. It's so easy to just skip one line and have a big bug, a major bug in production. Uh, but well, have you ever experienced any problems with? Yeah, I had one like what 40 minutes ago. I couldn't put us live on YouTube, so that was a problem. It happens all the time. Every day I have a different bug. Not here, of course, but yes, I do. And well, last but not least, how do you think technology will change in the next 10 years, Pedro?
For be honest, I don't know. Because the technology was evolved so much. Like we talked later about the AI technology, and I don't know how like one year 1 year the next year how the technology was going on, and it's a deep thinking about the how, because when you talk about technology and the things like that, we have to just think one step over, like yeah, we have some applications now, but we have to try to be a leader of the new technology. And 10 years ago, I think the transportation will be more faster than enough. And I think yes, that is.
And how
And how
about you,
about you,
Thiago?
Tiago?
I'm agree with you, but I didn't think, and there will be many uh, new, no, the word is remarkable advances, but an improvement of what we already have now. But I think the blockchain was very important because the physical payments was in decline, and I think in near future we never will have more physical coins.
Yeah, that's a good point. I believe that too. I mean, I'm not sure if that will be in 10 years, but definitely will happen. Um, in 10 years, the only thing that comes to my mind is that I think so, that in 10 years, we're gonna have like AI replacing humans in some professions. I believe that will happen because, nowadays, if you use ChatGPT, you can just ask him to act like a doctor and he will give you, what you have and medicines about it. I'm not saying that you should do it. You probably shouldn't. That's dangerous. But, if he's doing it for, um, medicines, it can do for other things as well, especially things simpler than human health, you know? But yeah, that will happen one day. Because I don't know about you guys, but I mean, the last time I went to how's that called? Porto Upa, I think. The last time I went there, the doctor was, just using a computer and he asked me what I had. And then he just typed everything on Google and he said, "Oh, I think you have something. I will give you this medicine, And this I can do as well, especially with ChatGPT nowadays. I can do way better than he can. So I don't know. That's just what I
Anyone
think.
can be a medicine like that. Anyone can be a medicine.
I asked recently because I was feeling a pain. And so I asked ChatGPT, I'm feeling this thing, this and this and this. And so what would you do if you were a doctor? And he said, "Oh, you can buy this medicine on Amazon." And I was, really? Okay, so let's try it. And I bought and it worked. So, well, what can I say? So guys, unfortunately, we are running out of time now. So I sent the survey in the chat. So if you guys can answer, that will help me a lot to improve this conversation. If you have, any ideas about topics and things you'd like to talk about, you can put it there and I'll try to bring it so we can talk. And yeah, I just wanted to thank you guys for taking the time to be here with me. Was a very interesting conversation for me. I hope you guys enjoyed as well. And yeah, I'll see you next time here or in another immersion.
Okay, was a very good conversation. Thank you.
I enjoyed the conversation too. Thanks.
Awesome. Everyone had fun. That's important.
Yes.